Well, let's get to it. A lot of people were very kind and came in early, which I really appreciate because it gets us all to start on time, closer to on time. All right, let's pull everybody up. If anyone wants to turn on their camera, it makes my life much more fun. If you don't like putting on your camera, do put a picture on of yourself. It's much more fun to look at you. So let's go to, well, actually, here, I'll tell you what. I tried importing a warm-up, but that didn't work so well. So I've got an exciting warm-up for us in the chat box. Okay, anyone that's here, if you can put, how do you define information? What is information to you in the chat box? And then I'm going to read some of them out. So think about what information means. It's something you know and use all the time, but trying to define it is a little tricky. Come on, somebody be brave. There we go. Don't be shy, hop onto that chat and let's get some good ones. Okay, I'm going to start reading these out, and if I'm mispronouncing your name, please let me know, because we're just getting through this starting period and I'm still not up on everyone's names. So Niaza Tamini, is that right, Niaza?
Yeah, that's right.
Beautiful, thank you. Information are representations of data. Joey Nickel, anything that people know. Jeremiah Buchanan Arboleda. Is that right?
Yeah.
Arboleda?
Arboleta, but it's okay.
Arboleda, okay, beautiful. Info is data. Mackenzie Green, anything that can teach you about a specific thing. Niaza Tamini, things that build your understanding of the world around you. Orlando Romero Flores, data collected then shared. I'm going to get this bad. It's Dinah Howell or Dina Howell?
Dina.
Dina, that's what I thought. I knew I was going to make a mistake by going straight. So Dina Howell, information is facts or ideas you can verbally or non-verbally express. Julie Diver, knowledge informing you about a topic. Erin Main, useful facts. Ann Chow, ideas are just things we know. Those are all really good examples of what we think of as information. What did I come up with? I came up with what you need when you need to answer a question. That almost goes, so Google is saying information are facts provided or learned about something or someone else. What is conveyed or represented by a particular arrangement or sequence of things. That things tell you something. You can get information from things. You can get information from representations. You can get information from language. So these are all good things to think about. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, I got 3 waiting. Let me, hang on. There's Prince Jackson. Hang on. Beverly. Welcome, welcome. We just did our warm-up looking at what information means to us. When somebody asks you to define what is information, we all wrote in the chat, and these are all ways that people think of information, that it's data, it's anything you can teach about a specific thing, it's things that build your understanding of the world around you. That's a really nice one. Things that build your understanding of the world around you, which flows into the Google definition, which is facts provided or learned about something or someone or someone. What is conveyed or represented by a particular arrangement or sequence of things. Ooh, look, I've got some more people coming in.
Hi, Mister.
What's that?
I'm Jackson.
Okay. Via Fuerte. Okay. Welcome, welcome. Try and come early to class so I can get everyone checked in. It's always tricky for me finding people when we're presenting away. Not that we're presenting away yet. Okay. So today we're going to work on a group chat, and that's going to be a way of, again, getting everyone used to each other, getting used to working in the breakout rooms. So let me share my screen. Okay, there is information, facts provided or learned about something or someone else. We are going to this, in your modules, it's the last one, forum, introduce yourself. So this should be available in your MyMCPS classroom. I realized this morning that the date was off on when it was open, but it is open now as far as I know. Let me know if you're having a problem seeing this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break out into breakout rooms of about 4 people. Each person is gonna write down your name, places you would rather be than other than school, one thing you would do to change the world. If and when you turn 18, you will win $1 million lottery. What would you do with the money from $1 million in the lottery? Okay, each person is going to write down those. So these instructions aren't particularly geared to what we're doing, but basically you're going to respond to the question with your original thoughts, then respond to at least 2 others in the class, either agreeing or disagreeing with what their idea is. What they'd rather, where they'd rather be in, out of school, what they would change in the world, or what they would do with $1 million in a lottery win. It says respond only after you've completed all required readings and assignments. In this one, it's going to be comparing notes with your friends in your breakout room. Use facts from text, readings, and online sources to support your points. Be sure to cite your sources. That's great. It's not really going to be what you need to be doing here. You're going to be looking at someone else's ideas and then making 2 comments on them. Refer by name to the person to whom you are responding. Try and use last names. I need everything with your first and last name if possible. Because it's the start, I just don't have everyone's names down, so it's a lot easier for me with lists if I have last names too. Be respectful of other people's ideas and consider your tone before posting. That's probably when you disagree with an idea. Proofread before posting. Try and make sure you don't have typos before you post things. That's always a great idea. The other thing to remember is a lot of times spell checker puts something in you did not intend. So always try and read through a message before you send it off to your person. You'd be surprised how many times there's a little something in there to fix. Okay, so these are a little sort of rubric of, oh, help. I've managed to go backwards. So this is a little way to get your sentences started. These are just like seeds for you to start working with in terms of if you're not comfortable with how you want to present your ideas. So if you were agreeing with someone, say somebody said, I'd rather be in Tahiti than in school today. You say, I agree with Jeremiah because I think Tahiti is a fabulous place and much better than school. Perhaps they wanted to go to the Bahamas. You could say, my idea is similar to Jeremiah's because I want to go to the tropics too, but I'm going to the Bahamas. So my idea builds upon Jeremiah's idea. So instead of going to Tahiti, I'm going to go on a plane that's going to take me all around the tropical Pacific. I'm going to start at Tahiti and keep going. That's an interesting idea, name, and I'd like to add to that. That's what I think too, because heck yeah, those are just ways to springboard you into a statement of agreement. If you have a new idea, you know, I think Tahiti's great, but I believe that going to space would be much more fun than being in school. In my opinion, space is far superior than the tropics. It seems to me that one of the main reasons that I find it interesting that, or one could argue is a little passive and stilted, so I'd try and avoid that one. But it all depends on what you're addressing. So if you're challenging what someone's saying, you're saying, sorry, Tom, but I disagree with you because being in Tahiti could not be more fun than being in school. I want to be in school. I see your point, James, but in my opinion, space is far more fun than being in the tropics. Another way of looking at it, Tom, is I'm still convinced that that something, because that will let you explain it. Tom, your argument is invalid since or because something. You're talking about the wrong day. We would never get to be in space. That would be an invalid argument that for a place to be. No private people can get into space yet. So to say that is a dream. How did you reach your conclusion, Jim? Now that's not a nice way to say it. So be very careful as you're presenting these with people that you don't say it in a sarcastic or in a tone that people think might be hurting their feelings. However, couldn't you also say, so those are all ways to challenge an opinion. Somebody has one idea, you have another, and that's a way to write it up. Citing evidence, I don't think we're going to be using this at all today, but let's just go through them for fun. This is supported by evidence from title by author, which says, okay, so this is supported by evidence from Technology Today, written by Geraldo Gonzalez, which says that Tahiti is far superior to the moon in terms of where to be for school. This is further evidenced by the fact that we can't get to the moon. It is clear that I am right because this article states exactly what I stated. According to according to Technology Today, Mr. Gonzalez, the moon is actually a fun place to be. To prove my point on page whatever, those are all things. Okay, so let's get to it. So we're going to spend about 20 minutes doing this. You're going to have about 10 minutes to come up with your 3 things: your name, the places you would rather be other than school, one thing you would do to change the world, and then if you're 18 and you win the lottery, what do you win? What do you do with the money? Once you have those, you're going to look at what neighbors have, what your partners in your breakout room have, and try and make a comment on a couple of their ideas. Is where they want to be other than school where you want to be? Is what they're doing with their $1 million what you want to be doing? We're trying to work on team building, getting to know each other, and understanding different perspectives and how to write about them properly. Okay, is everyone clear on this? Any questions? Come on, don't be shy, we're here.
Nope.
A week ago, I turned in my discussion, but now that I'm going back to it, I can't see anybody else's discussion.
Okay, well, if you turned it in, that's fabulous because this is going to be graded, but I would just jot down a couple ideas. This isn't rocket science, so just if you can't access it, just do it again or write them down on a Google Doc or something that you could share with your teammates. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not worried. We're going to be in groups of 4. If you already turned it in, I'll have it, but just try and work with the other people, okay? All right, so here we go. Breakout rooms. Stop sharing. Yep. Thank goodness somebody taught me that. Come on. There are my breakout rooms. We want 4. Okay. We're going in, it's 12:51 now. We'll probably come out around, a little after 1. I'm going to visit. Good Lord. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm bouncing everyone out of the breakout rooms. It did not do what I told it to. It's the groups are too big. Hang on, I don't know why some people are hanging out, but. Almost everyone's out, not quite. Everyone's going to be ejected in a heartbeat. Boom, you're all back. I'm so sorry. For some reason, the breakout rooms did not work properly. I did not want groups of 6. I wanted groups of 4. Sorry, just doing a little something to force it. Clear out. Okay. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, let's do 3 to 4. Okay, now we're creating.
Do you hear me, mister? Mister, I can hear you. You are mute, mister. Mister, do you hear me? Mister. Mister. Oh my god. Someone long queues. Mister, do you hear me? Mister, you are mute. Hear you. You are mute.
Oh my God, that's the.
Oh
I'm
my
so
god,
sorry.
mister. Yes.
There.
I sent a
Hey,
mail.
I'm never
What?
going to figure this out. No, you got bounced out, but what's weird is it's not offering me a way to put you back in.
Mister,
Usually,
I don't know what happened. They changed all my classes. I don't know. I'm so confused and I don't know.
oh, don't worry. That's fine that you're here. We're just trying
Yeah.
to work on a thing about here. While I've got you, let me screen share and I'll show you. Hang on. Oh, there's
Okay.
one. There. I see unassigned. Unassigned. I don't. There's one. Okay. I don't know why you're not coming up in unassigned.
So
But let me quickly show you what we're working on. So
okay.
if you look in my MCPS in our course, Foundations of Technology, in the bottom of the first module,
Okay.
I'm going to share with you,
Okay.
is this lesson, and it's the Welcome Forum. And so if I look in modules, where is modules? Come on, team, where's modules? If I look at modules, it's right down here. Forum
Okay.
introduce.
For
So if you
for
open that up, you're going to write down your name,
where?
places you would rather be other than school, one thing you would like to do to change the world, and if you turn 18 and win $1 million, what would you do with the money? I'm going to try and get you into another room, but this is an assignment, so I want you to have time to fill this out so you don't have to do it later.
Oh,
Natalia? Natalia, are you there?
Hi, I'm following along with you. I'm just unsure about where to put the reply.
They should be in your MyMCPS. Did you see what I just did? So if I go to MyMCPS for Foundations of Technology, period 8, look in modules.
Yeah.
At the bottom of that first module is the forum Introduce Yourself. Click on that, and that should launch, and you'll see down below there are text windows that you can fill.
Okay.
All you got to do is put in your name, first and last, places you would rather be than school, one thing that you would do to change the world, and if when you turn 18 you win $1 million, what would you do with it? I would try and fit you back into a room, but I don't understand why it's not letting me assign you guys. So just fill this out, and at least that'll be the assignment, and we're going to talk about what other people are saying.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. No, I haven't visited any rooms.
hey, Natalie.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Why you did my toy? I
I think you're on mute.
If I ever figure that part out, I'll be in great shape. Okay, we're all back together. I'd like somebody other than Daisley, who was so kind to let me know I was muted, share out what was your experience in the room? Was it a good experience or a bad experience?
It was fine. It was a good experience.
Did it all go okay in your room? Were you guys able to compare your notes and make comments on each other's?
I think we had trouble with the auto, the noise that we couldn't hear some people.
Okay, hang on. Someone's waiting to get it. Oh, somehow Dream got bounced out. Oh, interesting. How about everyone else? That I went into a couple rooms that were intensely quiet, and one said that nobody ever said a word in their breakout room. When you're going to your breakout rooms, these might not be friends of yours, but they're your classmates, and we're all here to learn about each other and listen to different opinions and ideas. So that is going to be one of the foundations of technology, is the idea that because we're in a virtual world, I can't pair you up at a table to go over things. The only tool I have are these breakout rooms. So you can't be too shy that you can't say anything. Try and start a conversation. Say, I want to go to Mexico instead of school. I think that sounds like a great idea. I am going to the Mayan Riviera. Then somebody else can say, oh, Mayan Riviera, I love that idea. Write that down on their paper. Those kinds of things. But what I really want to foster is the feeling that you're safe in these breakout rooms, that no one is going to come down on you for having a wrong opinion or a right opinion. Ideally, we're all just going to listen, because I'm trying to instill the idea that you get a better project if you have very diverse people to work with. People who don't look like you necessarily and don't necessarily agree with everything you agree with. That's because their perspectives are different than yours. When you're trying to come up with an idea, you need as many different perspectives on the problem that you're trying to solve as you can get. Then, once everyone hears the ideas, then you can sort of think about them and vote for what's best. I know one of the big problems too is it's very hard to get excited about a new idea. We were doing this in our house. My wife bought a rug and put it down. It's like, ooh, I'm not sure. You really need sort of 2 days to think about it. So please, when you're in the breakout rooms, try and cooperate. Try and talk to each other. See how you can share. Some of these things are going to be very difficult to share. All right, so I'm going to go out back and I'm going to call on, by breakout room, someone from that room to share out what their ideas were and 2 comments they had on somebody else's thing. Okay, we're going to just work our way down the list. So breakout room 1, Foster, Jackson, Ruby, and Brooke. Is it Brooke or Brooke? Shifra.
You said it right the first time.
Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Brooke, do you have, where would you rather be than school?
At home.
But you are at home.
Yeah, you
Come
said
on.
school, not online school.
I hear you. Where would you rather be than in your room doing online school?
Probably at the gym.
There you go. Okay, what's number 2 is, what, anywhere in the world. What is number 2? Can't get back to it. There we are. One thing that you would do to change the world. What would you do to change the world?
Plant a bunch of trees.
Do what?
Plant a bunch of trees.
That's great. Johnny Appleseed, plant seeds. I just saw a thing out in California where some company is planting 500,000 new trees. Planting things is a wonderful thing to do to make a difference in the world. And then the last one, if you won $1 million, would you hire someone else to plant those seeds for you?
Nah, I'd probably invest it.
Okay. Just know a lot of times when people win the lottery, within 3 years or 1 year, they don't have any money. So you really want, if you come into a windfall, you want to think through how you're going to be able to, ideally, like you're saying, invest it and make it grow. Do it in a way where you're not being too risky because you don't want to lose all that. Those kinds of things. Okay, Brooke's done great. What about Ruby, Jackson, or Foster making a comment on one of Brooke's ideas?
I agree with the planting trees. That would be good for the world.
There we go. Perfect. Starts off with, I agree. Planting trees is a great idea. Okay, Jackson or Foster? Got to agree or disagree with one of those last ideas.
Okay. I do agree with Brooke. Like being at home and just not doing the virtual learning is kind of my feeling sometimes, because like sometimes you just get tired of it. But at the same time, it's actually a good experience to like know what you can be doing. Like say if you're going to college and you're taking like an online class, you'll know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep. That's great. That was perfect. That's all we're looking for. So that just gives us a little, we know a little more about this team now. Okay, let's go to breakout room 2. Aaron, Mackenzie, Tamini, and Amir. I don't know why. Sometimes it does last name first, sometimes first name last. Who's going to be brave and share out their 3 answers?
I guess I can share what I said.
Good job.
I said I'd rather be at the beach or like at dance than be at school. To change the world, I'd probably like, I don't know if this is something you can just join, but maybe try to do stuff for like UNICEF. And if I won $1 million when I was 18, I would probably buy like a car. And then if I had student loans, I'd probably pay those off. And then
good idea.
I'd probably give some to like an animal shelter or something like that. And then maybe buy like a trip to Ethiopia or Eritrea and probably save the rest of it.
Perfect. What a great idea. You know what's interesting? Every student that has spoken out about what they do with $1 million has all given something to a charity. That is a great place to be in your heart, to always think about somebody who might be a little more needy than you are. That's a great way to support people. Let's go to breakout room 3. Beverly, Gisela, or Orlando?
I guess I can share.
Come on, be brave.
My name is Beverly. I would rather be in France right now because that's where I was supposed to go during COVID. But you know.
Wow. Why were you going to go to France?
Family's up there, and we were supposed to give my siblings a little Disneyland, trip.
Ooh, Euro Disney.
Yeah.
Wow, that would have been fun. So sorry.
Would have been.
The best laid plans.
I said one thing I would do to try to change the world is try to help organizations close the inequality gap for minorities.
Okay.
One of the first things that popped into my mind.
That's a big one on the plate.
And I said, if when I turn 18, I win $1 million, I would first put down part of it to pay for college, another for a small place for myself, another to help some of my other family members struggling, put the other part in savings, and then use the rest for the organizations I was talking about.
Okay. Now, one of the other two in the room need to give their opinion on one of those things. Orlando?
Yeah, what is it?
So can you comment on one of Beverly's ideas?
Could she say it again? It kind of is hard for me to remember some of it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
hold on. I can actually like see her comment, I think.
there you go. She was going to go to France. She's going to, hang on. Of course, my notes are not complete. I know it's a little soft. Do you want to be in France other than being in class?
I wouldn't really be in France. I'd rather stay at home, to be honest.
There you go. So that's exactly how you say it. So instead of being in France, I believe I'd rather stay home. It's funny how we're getting adapted to it. That just hanging out seems like, you know, such a safe thing to do. And with COVID, you have license to be by yourself. Okay, I don't want to go on too much longer with this, but do try and get the second part of the assignments when we're going into these breakout rooms. Yes, you need to do yours, but you need to be writing down 2 comments from the other people in your group, okay? So when I grade these, you're gonna need to have 2 comments. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open all the rooms again and send you back in for 2 minutes. And if you don't have a comment for somebody else's on yours, just write it in while you're in your room and you can compare. Try and talk with your friends, okay? So we're just gonna do this for 2 minutes.
Wait, we're supposed to write it on the discussion part where they commented? Okay.
Yes, just say comment 1, comment 2.
Okay.
Comment 1, I'd rather be home than in France. Comment 2, I would spend all my $1 million on me and not give any to charity. I just want you to have those comments because I don't think a lot of people got to that second part of commenting on someone else in their group's idea.
Yeah, I got there, but I thought it was supposed to be like in general for the classes, and you just look at it. So I commented on like another person's
Okay,
idea.
if that sounds fine.
That's what
How
I
are you
was.
guys all still in
I
here?
was a bit confused.
Mr. Swift.
That
I
is so weird. Hang on.
discussion, but it's not coming up when I look at
I
it.
don't know. Somehow we didn't go into breakouts. That is not helpful. Doesn't seem to be any way to short circuit the 60-second countdown clock. All right. I don't think, did anyone get into a breakout room?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Somehow it really didn't go. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time, just 2 minutes. I'm gonna open all the rooms, see if you guys can get in your room. It's so strange you guys didn't get put in a room. You can talk amongst yourselves here. You can all say you don't want to go to France. I love France. Oh, shoot. Assign to... So weird that you're not going in. All right. Pop everyone out. Okay, 20 seconds. Three, two, one. Okay. Phew. All right, team. Was that a better experience in terms of the breakout rooms? Did people talk? Nope. I'm not muted, I swear.
Well, we
Yes, we
didn't
did.
really know what we were supposed to be doing because you said to write our comments in the chat, but
Oh, not, I didn't say in the chat. I meant on your paper, whatever you were filling out for this. I'm going to be
okay.
grading this. This
And
is
then
for a grade.
And then we're gonna submit it. And
I believe you already have submitted it by filling it out in the form, haven't you? Or have you? Yes. Whether you turn it in now or later, that's fine. I was hoping to get this done in class. But the idea is you need to write down your name, your three things, and then ideally 2 comments on somebody else's ideas.
So
And
that
just
make
to be
sense?
clear, you want us to do this all in the discussion forum, not like a separate document to turn in.
Correct. No, it should all go in through Synergy, through my MCPS.
Okay, awesome.
If for some reason things go all wonky, you can always email me. But it's easier for me to grade if it's in there.
Do our 2 comments on other people's have to be from our group? Because
Not at this point. You can do whatever makes sense to you. Anything you heard, as long as you have 2 comments. That's why I was trying to put everyone together. It's early in the year. I'm trying to get you some easy points. So I'm trying to take care of my team, get us talking, and have us do an exercise and make sure everyone can use the form, can use the breakout rooms, all that stuff. So,
wait, so oh, sorry.
that's
For
all right.
the form, do we just click reply and then type in our answer?
Yes,
Oh, okay, thank you.
that's my thinking. Again, if I'm totally wrong, it's hard for me because even when I look in student view, it doesn't quite look right. But let me this is what it looks like, what I'm seeing. That there are these text boxes that people have made. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
So I think exactly like you say, that you reply and list your ideas in that reply box. And that seems to drop everything in. Okay, so the only other thing that I want to look at is the quiz that we did at the end of last week on Friday. Did everyone have a chance to do the vocabulary quiz?
No, I did not, but I'm gonna do it today.
Okay, that's perfect. It's going to be due on Friday. I believe this is, yeah, it's due September 11th. Because that half day Friday was a bit of a crazy day. I actually got my schedules confused between Churchill and Blair, And we had a mild debacle at period 6. So don't worry. These are both supposed to be relatively simple, easy ways to get some points, early in the year. So all this is going to be asking you, I'm going to give you the big giveaway. I know you're not remembering. Your words are science and technology. And I also actually have, we didn't really have a definition of technology. We were going with it's everything that humans have ever made, which is true.
I think you just have to search up technology, not
hear you.
definition. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, trust me. It works. It's that I'm going through the search box. There. Technology, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. Now, how can that be the definition when the definition is everything that man has ever made since Homo sapiens appeared? They're very different. I find, looking through the answers and stuff, technology is more difficult to define than science. Science, the thing that people seem to miss a lot in their answers, is the idea that it is a rigorous, systematic approach to observation and documentation of the natural world and things and the natural and physical world around us. That science has a formula. You need to follow certain steps very stringently in terms of your observations. Technology, it is everything that's ever been made, but every generation sees it differently. So I like seeing what you think technology is. To me, when you say technology, I think of an iPhone. I think of a computer. I think of electronic devices. Don't ask me why, but that says technology to me. And that says something about my background and upbringing. So I'm just interested in what possibly in addition to your definition, if you want, what does technology mean to you? How do you see it? I like hearing people's own words. If you're just going to use the Google definition, do say, Google says technology is blah, blah, blah. Or if you said the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry, put a little dash Google below it, and that's an attribution. Like a poet, like you're saying, Google wrote this statement above mine. That is something that in high school you're going to be learning how to do, how to give attributions. You are going to research and you're going to want to incorporate other people's study and words into your pieces. You need to attribute them properly. So that's it. If you can get in your personal profile and your quiz for the vocabulary, we will be in great shape for Friday. Okay, we are at 1:30. Everyone is ready to go.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I already did the discussion forum, but
Yep.
it's not like appearing. Anytime that I try to open it, it like won't appear.
Okay, so that's you, Alilta?
Yeah.
Okay. I will make a note that if for some reason I don't see yours, I'm going to give you credit anyway. Again, filling out the form again isn't going to take you, but will it let you?
Like I remember writing my thing out, and then I remember commenting on like I think it was Brooklyn's. I commented under her thing, and I like agreed.
Okay.
With what she said. But like
I wouldn't worry about it. Thank you for alerting me, and I will, if anything goes wrong or I'm not seeing you, I understand you did it. Again, this is not the most difficult task there is. So it's not like you're trying to get out of work or anything here. So I totally believe you, not a problem. Thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just want to say the same thing happened to me. It's just like I like went out of the assignment and then it didn't show up. So, but I know I turned it in. It just, I can't see everything.
Okay, so hold on. Who's this?
Brooklyn.
Oh, is it Brooklyn? All right, I see a pattern here since you've been working with Ilota. That is fabulous. Again, just let me know, like everything we're experiencing, sometimes our technology that we're using is going to break down on us, that it might not show up. I'm hoping that these are all in there and it's going to show up for me. But if it doesn't, you're doing a great job. Just let me know. I'll take care of you. Not a problem. Okay?
I just wanted to make sure our only homework is the quiz and the forum, right?
The quiz and the forum. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Everything's due Friday. I was hoping to get through the personal profile today so you didn't have that on your plate. And I know people got the quiz last week, but we're just getting up to speed. We're all learning how to work with each other and to work with our systems. So we're doing fine.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
You bet, Aaron. Such a pleasure working with you.
Thanks.
Bye, Mister. See you.
All right. See you later.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Swift. Thank you.
It's my favorite time of day when I hear people's voices.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Goodbye.
Bye. Have a good week.
I get to go get a tooth work done. That's what I get to do right now. Eee. Thank you, Amir.